Anyone who followed my now defunct gaming channel will know that I'm a big fan of the Fallout games. The only one that I've ever played entirely all the way through is Fallout 4, though I am going back and replaying Fallout 3 sometime in the next couple of weeks probably. But I have played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas most of the way through, and even dabbled with the previous games a bit, though I will admit they are not entirely my thing. That said, I have a similar amount of reverence for the player characters in the Fallout games as I do to the player characters in the Elder Scrolls games. I herald them as heroes, despite the fact that you can make choices in the game that would suggest that you're otherwise. This is helped along by the insistence of Bethesda that the canon ending to each Fallout game is the one that defeats the game's antagonist rather than helps them and earns you the best karma and or best relationships with other characters. The quote-unquote good ending is the canon ending. So just like a lot of Fallout 4 fans, I was very curious where the Lone Wanderer, the hero from Fallout 3, was during the events of Fallout 4. His story didn't take place all that far from Fallout 4's Commonwealth Wasteland, and there are even hints that he visited the region, littered throughout the game in the form of the Wasteland Survival Guide, pickups that you can find in specific places that give you perks and tips and overall help you learn to thrive in the game better. They're named for a guidebook that the Lone Wanderer was working on in Fallout 3 with the help of one of the citizens of one of the towns you visit. Not only is the Fallout 4 version updated to refer specifically to locations found in Fallout 4, but the fact that they're scattered all over the place suggests that the Lone Wanderer has been to many of the locations that you later visit. And since the games only take place 10 years apart, it would make sense that the Lone Wanderer is still alive somewhere out there. And yet, unless there's some dialogue somewhere that I missed, he's never directly referenced throughout the game. At best, his actions 10 years ago are implied. His existence is implied. So like a lot of fans, I went out of my way to find theories that attempted to reason out where he might be now. And I came across one that I cannot find again anywhere, or else I would be crediting it right now directly, that suggested that he might be, of all places, in space. There was a DLC for Fallout 3 called Mothership Zeta, where the Lone Wanderer was abducted by the Zetan aliens, taken up to one of their motherships in orbit, managed to escape, help several other abductees escape, defeat the aliens on board, seize control of the ship, and even use it to defeat a second mothership that was coming to invade the Earth. The add-on ends with the mothership seized by the Lone Wanderer remaining accessible. I mean, yeah, many of the locations on the ship become inaccessible, but you can still get to the bridge. And there's no reason to assume that the rest of the ship wouldn't have been unlocked at a later time. This means that, effectively speaking, the Lone Wanderer had his own spaceship at the end of the game's story, as Bethesda's stance on DLC is that they're all canon. The existence of the Wasteland Survival Guide all throughout Fallout 4 suggests that the Lone Wanderer doesn't leave the planet entirely, or something like that. But he does know the threat of the Zetans. He's already stopped them from invading the planet once, after all. So it makes sense that he would spend at least part of his time up on the Zetan mothership making sure that no more return. That's where this theory actually comes into play. Sorry for the long build-up, but I wanted to make it entirely clear where I was coming from in this. In Fallout 4, there is a triggerable event, though the internet is still having a little bit of trouble agreeing on what exactly triggers it, where, seemingly at random, as you're wandering around the Commonwealth, you'll hear a strange sound from above you. Your companion traveling with you might comment on the sound, and if you're quick enough, you can actually see an alien spacecraft on fire, zooming towards the Earth and then eventually crashing. If you walk in the direction of the crash, you'll eventually find an unmarked location where the ship is half embedded in the ground and still on fire. Follow a trail of blood from the ship to a nearby cave and you'll discover the Zetan pilot, still alive. He's injured and he is hostile. He'll force you to defeat him. But once you do, you'll notice that he found a nearby ham radio and was modifying it, attempting to use it to send a signal. But more interesting than that, you can hear that there's been a reply. You can hear the strange Zetan language coming back through the ham radio. That means that there must be Zetans active somewhere within the range of that radio. But this isn't the only place in the game that aliens are mentioned. There's a quest for the Cabot family where you help the head of the household defeat his crazy father, whose mind has been seized control of by a piece of alien technology. This relatively brief side quest line mentions aliens, ancient aliens, and even ancient ruined alien cities located on Earth multiple times. Cities which do in fact exist. They're not theories within the world of Fallout. They actually exist within the world of Fallout. Real alien locations on the planet Earth. There are even multiple alien-themed areas in Fallout 4's Nuka World DLC. It's my theory that there was originally going to be a Mothership Zeta sequel DLC for Fallout 4, something that was scrapped for whatever reason relatively late in development. Something that would have crossed over, at least in part, with the current exploits of the Lone Wanderer. It's my theory that the Lone Wanderer is the one who shot down that alien ship that crashed in Fallout 4, that he was up in his mothership, and he shot it down when it got too close to the planet. But the alien speech coming through the ham radio in that cave suggests that there are other aliens close by. What if that crashed alien ship isn't the only one that the Lone Wanderer shot down up there? What if there's another invasion going on above your heads all throughout the game? One that the Lone Wanderer, hero of the Capital Wasteland, is fighting tirelessly to prevent. One that you were supposed to help repel in this hypothetical cancelled DLC. It explains why the alien you found in that cave has different technology, primarily a different blaster, than the aliens had in Mothership Zeta. They were part of a second wave and they just happened to be better equipped, given new technologies. And it explains all of the art assets in Nuka World, of flying saucers and aliens holding the traditional Mothership Zeta era alien blaster that were in the Nuka World DLC used as animatronics on a ride. There's even a side quest in Nuka World where you help a group of religious fanatics attempt to leave the planet using an alien spaceship ride that clearly isn't going to take them anywhere. What if this is a holdover from a quest that would have originally taken you into space to join in the fight against the Zetans? I honestly have no idea how much, if any of this is true, but there are just enough missing pieces in this narrative for me to think that something else was supposed to fit there. And quite frankly, if we were supposed to meet the Lone Wanderer or in some way assist him in an event that could be linked to him by fans, then it certainly explains why he wasn't mentioned anywhere directly in the game, despite his game taking place so close to this one, because all references directly to the Lone Wanderer were supposed to have been made in this hypothetical DLC. I don't know. What do you guys think of this theory? Have I managed to reach the stars or simply crashed and burned? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22 and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so that was my second Bethesda Games theory. I really do hope you guys liked it. I know it's a little different than what I typically do, but I do need to mix things up from time to time, just like everybody else. This has been something that I've been headcanoning for a long time, and actually putting it into words, it's a little sillier than I thought it was originally, but still within the realm of Fallout. I don't think it's actually entirely unlikely. I just hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed putting it together. If you did like this video or you just like what I do here on the channel, then keep in mind that I do have a Patreon page. I'll link to it in the description down below. If you'd like to help out the channel, you can head on over and check out my reward tiers, keeping in mind that if you don't see anything you like, you can contact me and we'll work something out. But most importantly, guys, thank you for watching.